Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? As you can see, we're playing Factorio again today with our absolutely massive swarm of robots in my factory that I am trying to build without any conveyor belts, except for the outlying sort of stations. And I haven't actually been back to this map since I did the last Let's Play, so nothing much has changed. I was just looking at it to sort of see how things are getting on, and at the moment what we're looking for is, well, we're waiting on the level 2s here. We're waiting on these to be built so that the next ones can go up through, and they're fine. So what we're actually waiting on is the level 1s over here, and these are waiting on advanced circuits. So we don't have advanced circuits. So for some reason, we're now getting a slight slowdown on the advanced circuit production in this entire factory. And I suspect that most of that is because we don't have enough materials in general coming in. I mean, look here. We do have some... there's no real reason why we shouldn't be getting all of it coming through. I mean, we do need to start upgrading everything. Now that we're getting level 3 production modules all the way through, we kind of want to be upgrading everything to level 3 production modules. And that's going to really improve things all around. We're going to get it like a massive boost if we can use those. Productivity plus 10%. And energy consumption is plus 80% with those, and it's plus 40% with those. We're also running low on power. Well, power is kind of borderline at the moment, and if we go all the way down here, here is our power stations. I've got a whole load of turbines down here. Again, we do have to be very careful whenever we cross the tracks. Just in case there's a train coming, you've always got to make sure that there are no trains coming as you cross the track. So this is our power setup over here. I've got a whole load of nuclear reactors all in a line, and then I've got all of these all lined up as well. And at the moment, there's nothing else to do with them. I'm sort of thinking that maybe we'll go and we'll build a load of accumulators. If we built a field of accumulators, then we could kind of have some surplus coming in there. We've also got a slight issue on the map now with a lack of iron. We've got iron ore, but we don't have the iron plates. We've got 122k of iron ore. If you can look there on the side, you'll see the different numbers. But we don't at the moment have the iron plates. So we do need to increase the productivity of our furnaces and make sure that those are working a little bit more efficiently than they are right now. So we're going to take a wander over to the furnace production area first. Now let's just, there's a train coming, so let's stay out of the way of that one and we can cross over. And right, let's go up through here. Now here's our steel in the middle. I think steel is fine. We got 42,000 steel, so we're not sort of overdoing it with that. And you've got copper all on this side, and you've got iron all on this side, and they're all the same now. The way that they're all set up, they are the same, but the difference is over here what we were doing is we were increasing the modules that we were using. We were using level 3 modules here and level 3, so speed modules and level 3 production modules, and down here we still got level 1s. Over on the iron, everything is still on level 1. So what we want to do is we just want to nip up to the very top up here, and we're going to go through and we're just going to change some of these modules. I'm going to take these here, and all you do is you press Control and you click. Now, if you press Control and you hold down click and just run right the way through, you do all of them all at once. Absolutely fantastic little way to do it. So let's just set back in there a minute, and we will change, put those back. And we will gather these up. Now we've only got 13 of these, so we could actually do with a few more. So if I just press and hold that, that's as far as we're going to get. So it's not a major increase at the moment. We've got masses of these low-level ones, so I'm actually going to get rid of those now. And the way that I do that is I go to auto trash, and I could auto trash in there. I'm not going to do that actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of here, and I'm going to drop them into my logistics trash slots. That goes back into the logistics system, and they get used up. And I'm going to do the same with the speed modules over here, so we can use up some of those. And the robots are now just going to get rid of all of those, and we're not going to have to worry about them. But yeah, I wanted to do something today, not just kind of run around sort of doing repair work. I wanted to start on a new little project and work my way through it. Before I do, I asked you last week which game, and obviously Factorio was one. I gave you the 5 games: Factorio, Banish, Don't Starve, Hearthstone, and Clones. And so Factorio is the one that came out on top with the most votes. For next week, would you like me to play Banished, which is the medieval builder game, sort of... You manage a village, you give them orders, and the villagers carry out the various instructions as and when they've got time. So that's Banished. Don't Starve, we've played that one already, so I'm giving you the chance of that one again. Big Pharma, that's the pharmaceutical company where we manufacture various different medicines and drugs and stuff, and we sell them, all legal, above board. There's no illegal drugs or anything like that. So there's that one. Fortress Craft Evolved. Now, this is kind of like Minecraft, but with automation. I would say that it is a cross between Minecraft and Factorio, leaning a lot more towards Minecraft with the size of the blocks and everything. But you do automate a lot of the stuff along the way. You automate mining, and you automate production of a large number of things as you move through the game. So you get the Factorio automation, but you've also got the Minecraft, the voxel-based game. It can be a little bit slow getting going, but it might be the sort of game that would interest some of you. I know some of you do like Minecraft, some of you like this. It's a combination of the two. So that's Fortress Craft Evolved. And then Shopkeep. I haven't been to Shopkeep for a very long time. It was an indie game that came out quite some time ago now. I did a series on it when it very first came out. It was one of my earlier series, and... so I haven't been back to it for a very long time. There's been a load of updates to that one, so that might be interesting to go back and take a look at it. So there's your 5. Is Banished, Don't Starve, Big Pharma, Fortress Craft Evolved, or Shopkeep. It's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. So, I'm thinking that to start off with, we will make some accumulators. To make accumulators, what they do is they store electricity. So if you've got surplus electricity, they will store it up for you, and then they can be used. That surplus is then used as and when you kind of need it. So at the moment, if we want to go to here, accumulators right there. They need 2 iron plates and 5 batteries. Now, iron plates and batteries are both being produced on this map at a reasonable rate. The batteries, I think we've only got one place producing them, and that is right here. To make these, you need iron plate, you need copper plate, and you need the sulfuric acid. Now, we've got the sulfuric acid coming in, that's not a problem. Passive provider chest, the batteries are coming out here, and I think that kind of the biggest issue with this one, right there is where we've got the materials coming in. It doesn't really have much of an issue producing everything that it needs. It's producing all of the batteries that the map needs absolutely flat out, and then it will stop and it will wait because it fills this section up for a bit and can't do any more. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the speed on that one, and we're going to put in 2 good productivity modules on there as well. That will... I'm thinking that we might go for a 3rd productivity module and then put a beacon down next to it. So if we go that one on there, and then we get a beacon, we've got loads of beacons now, and I get that one. And I suppose it doesn't really matter where I put it. I was just wondering where's the best place to put it for sort of optimal performance. Oop, I didn't want to do that. Q to get rid of that. And then this one, the sulfuric acid unloading, you can't use a productivity on it. It won't let you because it's only available on intermediate, so it doesn't really affect it. And speed is not going to make any difference to that one whatsoever. So all we want is we want the speed module on here so that we can... increase the speed of production on this. So we've got 3 productivity level 3 modules on this chemical plant now, which is basically, if you look on the right hand side there, crafting speed is 1.3, that's plus 5%, that's with that boost there. And then the productivity is 30%, plus 30% on there. Each of these gives you an extra 10% productivity. So for every single battery we make 30% of an additional battery. So you make 3 batteries and you've almost... It's I mean, it's not quite, it's like 3.2 batteries, but roughly every 3 batteries we get another one free of charge. And that, to my mind, is a pretty good way of doing things. So we've got battery production. That's now dealt with. We don't need to worry about batteries anymore. For accumulators... all you need is 2 iron plates to go with that. So we want to set up a little factory, just an automated one, and what we're going to do is we're going to put that here. I think we'll use this little bit of area right here. And I'm not sure how many we should do. I'm actually thinking that we'll do 2 to start with. No, I think, no, 1 is enough. One is just enough. So we'll drop that one in here, as we're not doing, this is kind of like singles down here. So if we drop that one right there, that will put out the basic factory with nothing in it. And then we can go into here and we select accumulator. Now with an accumulator, you can't use those productivity modules because it's not an intermediate product, it's an end-of-line product. So we're going to put speed modules in here. I don't really know why I want to put speed modules in there, but I mean, at the moment, that one was 10 seconds at the top. And if you remove that one there, it still says 10 seconds. So it's 10 seconds to make an accumulator. And if you if you put that in, that's going to speed it right up by, there's plus 50% for all of them. So we're going to knock out accumulators really, really fast by doing that. So up here, what I want to do is I want to set the logistics chest. I'm going to go here and I'm going to set it for 100 iron plates. And I'm going to set it for, certainly not 200 batteries. I would say if we set it for 50 batteries, no, 100 batteries. We'll go 100 batteries because we need 5 batteries to make a plate. To make an accumulator. So 5, so we'll have enough raw materials to make an additional 20 of them. And so by that same frame of mind, we also only want 50 iron plates. So if we do it like that, and then this one here, we're also going to put a limit on the number of accumulators that we have made that we can use. So we're going to go and we're going to connect that to the logistics network. And we're going to have an enabled condition, which is going to be less than or equal to. And we will set the number. Now, my number that I want to set down here for less than or equal to, I think 50. We only want 50. So we'll set that to 50. And then I go here and I will actually go and select the accumulator. So if the accumulators are less than or equal to 50, it will make another one. So we're not going to have loads of them in storage, but I want a few of them there so that I can make something should I want to. So press E to come out of there. So that's now set on there. That one's set up. That's all set up. So all we need to do is drop in some power. Oops. And it's good to go. They do make them reasonably fast. That's just going to keep pumping those through until it reaches 50 in here. And I'm going to let it get to 5 in there. So we just want 1 more. There we go. And I'm going to take this 5 with me. And we're going to go and we're going to set up the beginnings of an accumulator field. Now, what I could do is I could set my robots to bring those accumulators to me so that I have a stack on me at all times. And we'll do that to start with. We'll just make a stack of 50 accumulators. So we get 1 stack. And every time the accumulators are done, the robots will just bring them down to me. So we're not using this space here. We probably will at some point, but I'm thinking an accumulator field is actually not a bad thing to put in here. I've got some robots there. They reach as far as that. So I'm going to put in a couple of extra robot ports down here. And I'll put 1 there. And I'll put 1 there. And I'm going to stick another one over there. Right, so there's a couple of robot ports, and then I'm going to put some... Oops. Okay, I was just pressing shift to do that. I didn't actually think it would do it like that. So let's just gather those back up again. We're not going to want it like... That's just a few too many, I think. I got a little bit carried away there. So if I just click on some of these... come across the track. You do have to be very, very careful with not getting run over with those trains. I keep pressing the wrong button here. Right, let's try that again, only this time we're going to have to sort of do it manually, I think. If we run through and do this manually, it will do things a little bit easier. So if we go like that, and we go up to there, we join that one up. There, now can I go through? I'm checking over here at all times to see if there is... any trains coming. There's a train moving down there, but there's no train coming along here, so I can walk across the track. Nice and safe. Now I'm going to run these across like this. I'm just going to keep going over to this one, And I'm also going to run some cable north like that, so that I make a loop around there. Then I'm going to go to this one. This deconstruction planner here only removes trees and rocks. So I can go like that, and it won't actually accept any of the other stuff. It will just do the trees and rocks and pick those up. So I've gathered those up. And if you take a look in my inventory, I've got it auto trash for logs. So any logs are automatically placed into trash. That sends out a signal. I get other robots coming down and grabbing all the stuff off of me and then running away with it. So that's just fine. At the moment, we have got 8,000 roughly logistics robots flying and 2,000 in storage. The construction robots aren't doing anything. So 50 accumulators. We've already reached the full 50 accumulators. I don't want railway for a minute, so let's put that there. So let's take a look here and see how we're going to do our little accumulator field. And I think we will literally just run all the way over here like this. And all the way back. I don't know if you've got to have each of these covered, or if you can just have one end covered. And that's what we're about to find out. I'm going to do that. Right, you do have to have each one covered. Oh, right. Character logistics slot 6 is now researched. This is the research that we've got left. I can... The aim of this game is to like get off the planet. Oh, nuclear fuel reprocessing. We'll do that one. I've been looking at that one for a while. I think we will do that, and it's kind of the last of the nuclear fuel to be redone and worried about. So yeah, I've been looking at getting off the planet sometime soon. And what you need to do to get off the planet is you need to be able to make the rocket fuel, the satellite. You got to launch the rocket. That's kind of the end of the game, really, is building that. And it's not the personal roboport. Where is the rocket silo? That's what we got to build. So we're going to be building that fairly soon. I'm sort of getting production in place so that then we can start building rocket silos. I have seen people build rocket silos that would absolutely just blow your mind. These things are absolutely phenomenally big. Massive, great big silos. Not a little, not just a little silo, but you're talking about massive, great big projects that it's just staggering, because they have like multiple rockets being launched every minute, which I think is just amazing. It's an absolutely amazing thing to do with the game. It really sort of shows you what this game can do when you can stretch it to that kind of scale. Now, if we go, actually, if we can go that far down, and then we can put another line. So if I go across here, and I'm getting some more accumulators coming down already, then this... If we take these, and I put that there like that, I can run a straight line all the way along. Now, unfortunately, there, it's not actually done what it did up there. It's not put them in to the line that I wanted. If you run them alongside something like the accumulators, what they actually do is they leave a smaller gap so that it does cover each and every one of them with the required power that you need. Or power access, I should say. Access to the power grid is what it's giving you. So at the moment, all of these accumulators are full. If I look here, 1.3, I've got 430 megajoules of accumulated charge, which isn't a great deal. There's not a lot of accumulated charge on that. The more of these are coming in. And if we just run back over here and fill that, and then I take this one, and I'm going to go like that. See how it's putting them closer together for that bit there. It didn't here, but it didn't actually need to here. It was able to put them just slightly further apart. And these are all filling up. And they're filling up quite rapidly as well. It's surprising how quickly they will fill up. So we can turn all of this down here into an accumulator field. It's not going to get in our way. Certainly not at the moment. I mean, maybe later on we'll want more train stations, so we will have to move this. But at the moment, I think it's quite all right. We can sort of leave it where it is. If I just run that up through there, I want a couple more of these. I can put that one there. And that's about it. I don't think I need any more. I drop that one in there. Oh, I've got one there that's not actually received any power, which means that another one will as well, so I've got to just move these. That's the thing, just a tiny thing that is out of place makes such a big difference to this game. And that's one of the things that I like about it. The detail that you've got to sort of work with is very, very impressive. It is quite amazing to me just how much detail there is available in this game. But anyway, that bit aside, so we've got an accumulator field, and we can work a little bit more on that. When that sort of builds up to another 50, we can do some extra on that, and we can get going with it. So the next thing that I want to do, let me just run back up across the track here. It's very dangerous running across the track. You've always got to be careful when you run across the track, just in case you run into a train. And if I go there, I can just see what we've got in storage. So we've got 111,000 copper plates. Copper plates are no longer an issue. We don't have to worry about those. We got 12,000 green circuits. Now, the green circuits are quite important. You use those for a lot of different things. 111,000 copper plates and 111,000 iron ore. I'm not seeing much in the way of copper ore anymore. The copper ore has disappeared. So our factory at the moment can process the plates. It's not consuming the plates, but it certainly can process the plates. So we're now running low on copper ore. We've got quite a few areas for mining for copper ore. Robots are still staying at around about the same rates. Come down through here. So what are we waiting on? Why aren't we making these? What are we waiting on? There's got to be something that we're waiting on. We do seem to have everything. I mean, there's no copper wire coming in. Copper wire seems to be a little bit slow coming in. That seems to be the main issue. And I suspect that what we could do with is some speed modules just to speed this up, but I've improved on that whole situation. So a lot of this would eventually be removed and replaced with a better system, and my better system is actually up over here somewhere. There we go. I've got level 3s all the way around, and this is running absolutely full tilt. It's going as fast as it possibly can, and that is then moving down into these. And it's still going too slow for the copper cable. Well, actually, no. The copper cable's fine. It's the iron plate. So the iron plate is the bit that is slowing down the factory in general at the moment. So we need more more iron plates. In order to increase the iron plates, all we need to do is go and boost the systems that we've got with what we did last time. So we'll go through to here, and I've still only got 33 of these. I press Control and run along there. Right, that's those. And then if I do the same here, oops, there. Right, that's going to boost those a little bit, and then I will come down here and we will boost the productivity, the speed modules. Oops. You do have to press the right button. There's so many different buttons and controls for this. It does make a difference. Right, that's sped that up a little bit, and we'll come back when we can get some more productivity modules going in there to boost those. Now, let's just take another look at the power a second. Power is okay. We've got 710 megajoules of accumulated charge. I'm going to increase that quite a bit because I want to make sure that I've got plenty of spare accumulated charge just in case we do start to run into some issues at any point. And then we don't need to, we can sort of move on from there. This is some of the original factory. We will be stripping that all out once it's finished harvesting all of that copper ore, but we don't need to worry about that at the moment. So, what's the next stage? The next stage for us, really, I think, is getting ready to start launching rockets. Now, we've got oil production galore over here. I've got some oil there. My big oil production is over here. I've got oil refineries here and here and here, and they are producing lots of stuff. Light oil, I've not got very much of. That's kind of quite low there at the moment, actually. But if we go over here, petroleum, actually petroleum is running low. I've got, at the moment, heavy oil is absolutely full. Heavy oil seems to be full, and so I need to do something with the heavy oil. The heavy oil needs to be processed into light oil. Now, I'm pretty sure that somewhere I've got something that processes the heavy oil into light oil, and it doesn't look like I've got that. I do have a whole load of plastic being produced up there, and that's well, I was going to say quite important. That's really important that we do keep hold of that. The heavy oil does get reprocessed back round alongside coal to turn into more stuff, more oil products. So it is used for that, but this is kind of a backlog at the moment. The fact that we've got all of this heavy oil along here, these are going flat out, and it's backlogging with the heavy oil on here, and it's all connected together. So if you look in here, the heavy oil is actually full, and all of these are producing, but I suspect that they are actually backlogging a little bit because of the amount of heavy oil that we've got. So that one will go right up. That goes to 30. So yeah, the heavy oil is at the moment a little bit of a stop on this system. I'd like to increase what we're getting here. Now, if we run up this way, and we've got sulfur being produced here on quite a big scale. I've got lots of sulfur because we're using the sulfuric acid. We're using that to make these here. These are the ones that are using up all of the red circuits on our map at the moment, and they're doing so very, very greedily. If we look in here, they require 10 for each, and yeah, there's loads of them. But those productivity modules, not the productivity modules, these here, processing units, they are now actually starting to accumulate. We're starting to get like a reserve of those. So that's actually a really good thing. It does mean that we're starting to get on top of that production bit. So we're not going to need to concern ourselves with it for very much longer. These aren't being used. We've got a surplus of iron ore on the map at the moment, so we can allow that to be used up. Let's move into this bit. We want to move into the next bit. So rocket fuel, you need 10 solid fuel to be able to make rocket fuel. You need low density structures. We want the satellite right here. That needs 100 low density structure. It needs 100 solar panels, 100 accumulators, 5 radars, 100 processing units, and 50 rocket fuel. Not the easiest thing to make. You do need quite a bit of stuff to be able to make that. And then you come over here and you've got the actual rocket silo itself. Personal roboport. Yeah, there we go. Rocket silo. I need 1,000 steel plate. I need 1,000 concrete, 200 processing units, 200 electric units, and that is going to make us our rocket. That's like the end game stuff. That's what you're after with this game. It's kind of the end target. So we're going to put our rocket thing up here. It's going to be above all the rest of the map, and everything is going to focus on moving it all up here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start putting in some orders. So we need 1,000 steel plates, so we're going to increase that one all the way up to 1,000. And then we need, let me get the right one. We need 1,000 concrete. So I go to concrete, and I increase that one all the way up to 1,000. Then we want 100 pipes. We've got 100 pipes. We don't need to worry about that. Then processing units. We need 200 processing units. I don't actually have processing units ordered, so I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to select processing unit there. That's 100. 300. I want 200 processing units. I'll put those there like that. And then finally, we want 200 electric engines. And we do have those being made on the map. So I can put that there. And change that all the way up to 200. There. Now, the big issue is, do we have enough space on here to be able to fit it all in? So I'm going to right click on that one, and I'm going to start putting some of these away. Speed level 3, we don't need those up here anymore, so we can drop that one out. Productivity level 3. And that is speed level 2. That one can drop down in here. There. Productivity level 2. That one can come out. Red circuit I want to keep out. Green circuits I want to keep out. Blueprint. Oh, that's like a big detailed green circuit, that is. We'll take that one out. I'll put that one there. Then I'm going to need, as I need more space, I'm going to drop some construction robots. Oops. That was way too many construction robots. I didn't actually mean to drop all of my construction robots. I've only got 8 now. I need more than that. The logistics robots I can get rid of. But I'm going to walk down here very quickly, and I'm going to get those back. And then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to get some of these back as well. That's construction. 43. I think the rest of them went in here, didn't they? Oh no, just one. So the rest of them have gone up to this one here. There we go, 13. So I don't want all 13. I just want 50 with me. I got 2 spaces at the moment. I've got 300 batteries. I don't need 300 batteries, so I'm going to get rid of 100 batteries into the logistics slots. And I'm also going to get rid of 29 copper cable. I could get rid of all of the copper cable, but I don't really want to. So we now have enough materials to make a rocket silo. I've got everything here that I need to make the full rocket silo. Before I make the rocket silo, though, I'm going to put these back down. I'm going to put that back down to 100. I'm going to put the concrete back down to 100. I'm going to get rid of the processing units and the electric engine units. That should be everything back to normal. That way, I'm not going to get flooded with a whole load of unnecessary items that I don't want after I place this item down. So we're going to take that one, and we're going to make it. And as soon as we've made it, where is it gone? Where'd it go? I said I was going to make it. Oh, it's still making. That's why. If you look down in its bottom corner, it's actually making at the moment. It takes 30 seconds to make. And as soon as that one is done, we're going to place it here. And that is going to be our rocket silo. And then what you've got to do is you've got to build the rocket in the rocket silo. And that's where it gets more complicated. You've also got to make a satellite. So we're going to need to start building low density structures. We're going to need more processing units. And we're going to need to be making rocket fuel. And we're also going to be making rocket control units. So there's a lot of different things that we've got to be making here. There is the rocket silo. Beautiful, beautiful structure. I'm not actually going to put the rocket silo down just yet. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take my favorite blueprint of all, which is the concrete. I love this one. And you will see why very shortly. Let me just... I'm going to do ×4 on this one and put one there. I'm going to put one there. And... there and there. Right, all the construction robots on the map are now going to go nuts, and they're going to come up through, and they're going to throw down a load of concrete. And here they come. They will get to a certain point where they'll suddenly all start peeling off to go to all of the... there we go. They've suddenly done it. Every single robot has now suddenly run out of power, and so they go rushing off to the roboports in order to recharge. But because we're using this extra 600 robots... I've also got my own robots doing this as well, and what they're going to be doing is... Right, the power is fine at the moment. I mean, if you take a look at the power... I'm trying to look at the power. There. Take a look at the power. That's the roboport consumption. That's actually gone up a little bit at the moment. It's not huge. But what's happening now is I have an order placed permanently for 100... concrete, and every time a logistics robot brings me a piece of concrete, one of my own construction robots then takes it out of my bags and goes and places it down somewhere within my own range to place it down. And my range is that big. That's what my range is. Anywhere that you can see, it's this green square that's sort of moving around with me. That's my construction area. That's my range. And that's... I keep pressing the wrong button here. I keep pressing escape. I've just about run out of time. I'm just going to let the robots carry on and build that. It's going to take them quite a while, so we do want to put down our rocket silo. I want to see that one engaged, so that one can go right there. There's the rocket silo. Now, auto launch with cargo. It's got to make rocket parts, and it has to actually make 100 rocket parts. And to make a rocket part, it needs 10 low density, 10 rocket fuel, and 10 rocket control units. So I've got to get 10 of each of those to make one of that part there. And I've got to then make 100 of them to fill that one up there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to put those in there. That's going to drastically reduce the amount of materials that we're going to need to do this. And if you take a look at this, we need 10 solid fuel to make one of those. So we need 100 solid fuel per section, and we need 100 sections, so that's like 10,000, isn't it? Yes, that is 10,000. You need 10 of those, and you need 10 of those. So you can see we need a huge number of materials, a huge amount of materials in order to get this to work. And that's one of the things that I really like about this. It's not sort of an overnight easy thing to do. So we'll let that one go there a minute, and I'm actually going to... just bring some power over here, there, and there. Right, that's that bit done. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an order chest right down here. We're going to put a requester chest there, and I'm going to put a arm there. Just an ordinary fast arm, a fast inserter. And here we're going to request the bits that we're going to need. So what we're going to need is we're going to want the low density structures, 10. We're going to want rocket fuel. I want 10 of those. And we're going to want rocket control units. I'm going to want 10 of those. So that's requested to go into here. We don't need to worry about any of the rest of it. And I'm only going to... Actually, do I want to request 10? I'm thinking actually we get enough for 2 lots. We'll request... You know what? Let's go all out. We'll go 5 on each. So we'll go 50 on each of these. That's a huge amount of items that we're requesting to go into these chests. But this is kind of like one of the big focuses of the game is to be able to get rockets launching. Now, I know I've seen maps where they launch these rockets. Yeah, like 10, 20 per minute. You get 1 rocket launch per second. And that's just an insane throughput of materials. And in order to do that, you've really got to expand your base beyond anything that we've got right here at the moment. I mean, you sort of zoom out like that, and you're covering areas like this in order to be able to get it. And it is something that we're going to do. It's something that I would like to sort of work towards, but at the moment it's not going to happen. I've got iron ore patches around here that I can get to. I've got more iron ore patches up here that I can get to. I'm going to start working on trains more. I want to build a bigger train station over this side. We've got a massive area of water down here. I'm sort of thinking we'll clear a lot of this out. Before we start working on destroying bugs, though, we're going to be needing to sort of improve the way that we run things. First up, what we're going to do is I'm going to try... I don't know if I got time, really. I think I've got time to just do 1 of each. So if I do it like that, and we'll make a very quick 1 of each of these. So the first one is going to be the low-density structure. This one is going to be the rocket fuel. And then this one is going to be the rocket control unit. And I'm thinking that we won't go for full chests of these at the moment, because some resources might end up being drained really fast if I do that. You know what? Let's just go for it. We'll leave it running for a full chest. So we are going to want... Can I use these? Yes. I can put those in that one. Can I use them in this one? Yes, I can. So I can put those in there. And can I use it in this one? Yes, I can. Excellent. So that's all productivity modules. I could get a beacon and put that on here as well so that I speed them up. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. I'll put that one away. So here I want steel, copper, and plastic. So that's what's going to go up here. I want steel, and I want copper, and I want plastic. There we go. This one just needs the solid fuel, so here I will request solid fuel. There we go. I have got so much solid fuel on this map. Solid fuel is... I got 167,000. I've got more solid fuel than I have of anything else on the map. This one here needs processing units and speed modules, and that is kind of the bit that's the most time-consuming to produce and get, but we'll be fine. 100 of those, and speed units as well. Speed modules. There we go. So that's 10 of those. I actually want more. I'd say that I'm going to go for 50 of those, and I'm going to go for 50 of those. That one is 50. It needs 10, so that's only for 5. So I'm going to go increase that one to... no, I don't want to do that. I want to go there. And I'm going to increase that to 100 of those so that I got enough to make 10 at once. This here only needs 1. So in theory, I should only need 10 of each of these. Let's just bring that down to 10. Bring that down to 10 as well. And then this one, 100 of each is actually 10 because they need 10 of each. Right, that's done. All we need now is the speed module to come in here. As soon as I get some speed modules, some level 1 speed modules, we're away. We're starting. But actually, I don't think we're going to get any of those for a little while. Let me just drop my own ones in there. And then that's done. And power. That's all we need now. I'll drop that like that and there. Now they're making. We're making each of these items. They're slow. They're very slow. That's 30 seconds to make that one. 30 seconds to make that one. 30 seconds to make that one. So we do kind of want the speed modules as well. With the beacons, we can't put the beacons there. I'd have to move this around to put the beacons in. So we will do that another time. But yeah, we have now started making our rocket. So as soon as it goes into there, the robots will take it out of there and they will drop it up into this one. And then these items can then start going into building the rocket. It needs 10 of each of them in order to just build the rocket. So slow. My question for this week, what game do you want me to play next week? This week's options are Banished, Don't Starve, Big Farmer, Fortress Craft Evolved, or Shopkeep. It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Which of those 5 games would you like me to play next week? Now, this here, interestingly enough, has a plus 40% productivity, which means that for every 2 of these we make, well, actually 3 gives you 1.5. No, 1.2. You make 3 of these, you get 1.2 additional rockets. So you make, for every 4 of those that you've made, no, every 5 of those you made, you end up with 6 products, is what you, I think that's how it's going to work. Yeah, 5 of them, you get 6 products. So here, they've already gone in, we got 1 of each, and that's how long it takes. But if I blueprint that and copy it out and make several more, we should then be able to very quickly get a rocket launch. So we should hopefully be able to get a rocket launch pretty soon. Right, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. We have already, all of the concrete has already been filled, it's already been done. That's brilliant. This up here, I'm probably going to try to do this on a train rather than through anything else, and that way it's not going to be using up the robots to carry it round. I will use belts and non-logistic chests, and then put it on a train and take it all the way around here to my unloading stations. But we'll worry about that another time. So yeah, next time I play Factorio, what would you like to see me do? Do you want me to just work on increasing the production on these, or do you want me to start looking at increasing the iron production again? Because we are going to need to do that. We're also going to want, well, increase the iron and the copper and basically build bigger train stations, work on the trains. Or would you like me to carry on working on this and build this up a bit, get the satellite made as well, and see if we can't get ourselves a rocket launch. But anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.